In this video, I want us to have a look at Edwin Sifuna's response to some top Kenya Kwanza leaders who came out to attack Raila Odinga. We know that on Friday, Raila made some remarks that angered Kenya Kwanza, after which we saw some leaders such as Arun Cheriot, Kimani Chungwa, responding by attacking and abusing Raila Odinga. Edwin Sifuna has also responded to them. But before we have a look at Sifuna's response, let's remind ourselves of some remarks people like Arun Cheriot said. Arun Cheriot, Tinga's constituency now is African presidents. They hold the key to his next election. He is out here insulting a man they all hold in such high regard. On election day, when they evaluate his credentials, how do you imagine it will end? Maandamano in Addis? That was Arun Cheriot. Immediately, Raila Odinga made the Friday's remarks. Upon Cheriot responding to Raila, Paul Mwangi quickly responded to him. Firstly, I can tell you that the AU job is not a life and death deal for Baba. He would not sell his soul for it. Secondly, I wish you knew how many Kenyans out there are so unhappy about the AU job that they would believe God answered their prayers if Baba didn't get it. That was Paul Mwangi responding to Arun Cheriot. Let's now listen to Edwin Sifuna, for his sentiments are going to inform the basis of our analysis, in which we are going to put all this into perspective for Kenyans to understand the games being played behind the scenes. Listen to Sifuna.
Unajua wakati baba amesema anaenda AU, kwanza mtu akikupatia kitu akupatie na roho safi. Hii mambo ya kusema ati baba kwa sababu anaenda AU asiongee kwa niaba ya wananchi, sisi tunataka kuambia huwezi weka Raila Odinga kwa mfuko na huwezi weka Sifuna kwa mfuko. Hata ukinipatia ugali ni kule na ukifanya makosa na meza ya ugali na nakuambia ni makosa mbaya. Kama mtu akupatie kitu na roho safi, ati anaweka conditions pale, ati sasa wewe tunakutafutia kitu ya AU atukue mponi, tumeshimu rais. Sasa hivi serikali ameshindwa na kazi, ati wanataka baba anyamaze tu. Hii mvua haikuanza tu leo. Waliambiwa na watabiri wa hali ya anga mvua kubwa inakuja kunyesha. Vile Mungu aliwaambia Nuhu ataendeleza nini? Safina. Wapi safina Ruto uliambiwa kutengeneza? Tunaingia mwezi wa 3, mchungaji, kama madaktari wako katika mgomo. Kutatua mgomo ya madaktari imeshinda Ruto. Yeye mwenyewe anasema hata mkumisha daktari wako sawa. Na amewekelea mzigo mkubwa ndio wananchi wetu, hao wananchi hawawezi kupumua. Kila siku akilala anafikiria ushuru gani mpya anaweza weka. Hata ushuru ya hewa inakuja. Sasa kama kazi imeshinda mtu, si tunasema imeshinda. Usituambie mambo ya AU, hapana, changanya kazi.
Let's put all that into perspective. Arun Cheriot is indirectly trying to say that Kenya Kwanza will sabotage Raila's AUC bid. That's why he's saying Maandamano in Addis. So he's trying to say that if Raila Odinga continues, then most definitely they will sabotage his AU bid. I would be wrong to say that Kenya Kwanza is using the AU bid to blackmail Raila Odinga. And that reinforces the notion that William Ruto was not very sincere about his support for Raila Odinga. He was just supporting Raila Odinga to get rid of him from the 2027 presidential elections. That's why William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza were supporting Raila Odinga or are supporting Raila Odinga. They fear a Raila's candidature come 2027 now that Kenya Kwanza has failed to deliver. And for those who have been following me here, William Ruto will be the weakest candidate come 2027. William Ruto's only remaining options are to hang on to the instruments of power. If it's about the people deciding who becomes the president come 2027, if there will be 10 candidates, William Ruto will be the last candidate. If it's the people who will decide that election. If you look on how William Ruto is ruling, he's only hanging on to the instruments of power. That's his strength. Without IBC, without the judiciary, without the police, DCI, anti-corruption, William Ruto is just but a shell. He knows he cannot win any vote on the ground. So they've been supporting Raila Odinga because Raila is strong on the ground. Why did Raila Odinga come out that angrily on Friday? Raila has been silent for some months now, and it's actually true that his silence was weakening him on the ground. The more Raila Odinga was silent, the more he was losing ground support. And William Ruto and his team might have realized that. 1 year still a long way to go. The moment William Ruto and his team realized that Raila Odinga was losing the ground support, I see as if walianza kumuonyesha madharau. After all, they knew by next year he will be politically irrelevant on the ground. It might be possible they sensed Raila Odinga was losing support on the ground, wakaanza kumuonyesha madharau. And that's why Raila Odinga came out to prove to them that that support he was losing on the ground was because of his association with them. If he disengages from them, then his support on the ground is still intact. And I strongly believe Raila Odinga did send that message very successfully. And that's why William Ruto's foot soldiers were very quick to attack Raila Odinga. They felt and had Raila's strength. What am I trying to say, ladies and gentlemen? The weaker Raila Odinga becomes on the ground, the more the probability William Ruto and his team might sabotage his bid come next year, February. Because after all, they know that even if he will contest, he'll be politically irrelevant on the ground. The weaker Raila becomes on the ground, the higher the chances of William Ruto and his team sabotaging his AU bid. The stronger Raila is on the ground, the higher the chances William Ruto will work very hard in making sure Raila Odinga wins the AUC seat. And the reason behind that is to get rid of him come 2027. So for William Ruto and his team to support Raila, seriously, for the AUC bid, Raila must still perform his opposition role till next year. He must still perform that role because that's the role that is making him stronger on the ground. That's what I can say, ladies and gentlemen. So Raila, the way he started on Friday, he should not slow down. He should continue attacking William Ruto and his team because a majority of Kenyans are supporting Raila Odinga in his attacks of a very incompetent Kenya Kwanza government. So he should continue. His strength on the ground is what will scare William Ruto into working hard, into supporting him and making sure he succeeds. And again, if you look at it from another angle, Raila should not leave his success for the AU bid to Ruto. Raila has friends all over Africa. He can also activate such networks for them to do his lobbying in Africa. William Ruto enjoys a very shaky relationship with these African presidents. They don't trust him. They don't respect him. They see him as a sellout. So again, if it's Ruto who is championing Raila's bid, that can also easily work against Raila Odinga. Raila should activate his networks across the continent. Let people such as Ramaphosa, the South African president, and some of Raila's close friends across Africa lead his campaigns. Ruto does not enjoy respect among these African leaders. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you are not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.